Hey everyone, and welcome back to the English Duck podcast, episode 10. Adrian, how are things with you today?
Really good, Anna. Really good. We're super excited to be here today, really for what's going to be, I think, a fascinating discussion as we dive in to talk about silent letters.
Yeah, silent letters. I mean, it's something I've always really wondered about. Why do we have them? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is there a K in night or a W in right? It seems a bit unnecessary sometimes, right? Especially for us language learners. It's just, it can be a bit confusing.
Oh, absolutely, Anna. It's a massive question, and it comes up all the time, when you're talking about English spelling. The thing is, well, the main reason for silent letters, it's history, basically. A lot of these letters, they weren't always silent. Take night, for example, right? Hundreds of years ago, people, they actually pronounced that K sound like it was a hard K sound, almost like the German Knecht.
Oh, wow. So it's just the pronunciation changed over time then, but the spelling just stuck?
Precisely. Exactly that. English, it's been through so many changes over the centuries, right? We had, Anglo-Saxon, then Norman French came along after the conquest in 1066, and Latin influences too. All these different languages, they contributed to our vocabulary, but also to our spelling. Sometimes those silent letters were added in to show a word's origin, like debt with a B because it comes from the Latin debitum, right? Or island with an S because people thought it was related to Latin insula, even though it originally wasn't.
That's so interesting. So it's like a historical record embedded in the spelling itself. But then, the big question, Adrian, is should we just get rid of them now? Like, for modern learners, for kids learning to spell, wouldn't it just be so much easier if English was totally phonetic?
That's the million-dollar question, Anna. It really is. And it's a debate that's gone on for centuries, literally. On the one hand, yes, absolutely. It would simplify things for learners for sure. It would make spelling much more straightforward, right? If knife was spelled N-I-F-E and no was N-O, it would reduce a lot of confusion. Think about the time saved in schools, teaching spelling rules. That's a huge benefit.
It seems like such a logical step, doesn't it, to simplify things?
It does seem logical, but then on the other hand, there are some pretty strong arguments against it. First point, it's tradition. English speakers, we're used to the current spellings. We've been using them for a very, very long time. Changing everything, it would be a huge undertaking, a massive disruption, really. And people might resist it. Second point, those silent letters, they often help us distinguish between homophones, like no and no, or right and right. If you remove the silent letters, you lose that visual distinction, and that could actually lead to more confusion in reading, ironically.
I hadn't really thought about the homophone thing. That's a good point, actually. So it's not just about simplicity, it's also about preserving clarity in written communication too.
Exactly, Anna. It's a delicate balance, really. And also, many of those silent letters, they actually give clues to a word's meaning through its etymology, its history. If you see sign, with the G, it connects it to signature or design. If you just spell it S-I-N-E, you lose that visual connection to its related words. So yeah, it's complex. It's very, very complex. And I don't think we'll be getting rid of them anytime soon.
Wow, that's so much to think about with silent letters. Thanks, Adrian, for breaking that all down for us. It's really fascinating to see the history behind it all.
My pleasure, Anna. It's always a joy to talk about the quirks of English. Like, there are so many of them.
Absolutely. And that's all we have time for today on The English Duck. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.